want your mom is on the street. Mommy, please, get in the house, man. Your daughter, your sister, your wife? You're going to put your wife in a situation whereby some man could come and grab your wife and drag her for the street. Maybe revealing her nakedness. Huh? Yeah, the youth. Like Hassan said, Ain't Rijal. Where is the men? You can't keep your women under control. You allow your women to come out the street, hollering their voices. The Prophet said the best of the woman is inside. It's in the home. But now, because of the bid'ah, has made us weak. We let go of sunnah. We let go of Salat al-Mustaqim. The man said, the Messenger said, oh Messenger, give me advice. When he it will suffice me. No one else can give me better advice. Qul amantu billahi mustaqim. Say, I believe in Allah and stay firm. You stay firm upon what? Stay firm upon what? And dalala upon that guidance. And the guidance is what? A sunnah. And sunnah is what? Islam. And Islam is the sunnah. And one cannot exist without the other. One cannot exist. So it doesn't matter what you bring. And it doesn't matter how many people you have behind you. Bid'ah is bid'ah. And sunnah is sunnah. Dalala is dalala. And guidance is guidance. Haqq is haqq and batil is batil. Don't matter how many people shouting, how much they're hollering, if it's not have the witness of the Quran, it doesn't have the witness of the Sunnah, and it doesn't have the support of the companions of the Messenger of Allah, it is dalala. It will never get you close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So why waste your time? Eid cards? Eid cards? What Eid card? Eid Mubarak. Who used to say Eid Mubarak? Did the Sahabas used to meet each other and say Eid Mubarak? Huh? Sending Eid cards to each other? Huh? Valentine's card now, because you get this, you love this one now, so you're going to move on now. Valentine's cards. Huh? Huh? Birthday cards. Wasting of wealth. Wasting your wealth. Buying birthday cards and Valentine's cards and Eid cards. Huh? And the people become so stubborn and hard-headed upon their bid'ah. And then we say, boy, if only we had the Khalifa. You're only going to be happy with the Khalifa with a muqtadi like the people. If he's upon the bid'ah, oh, we'll be happy with him. He's upon sunnah, you're not going to recognize, you're not going to accept him. Because to you, sunnah is bid'ah. And the bid'ah is sunnah. So if he doesn't allow the women to come out in demonstration, oh, zulum, revolt against him. Because our women should be allowed to come out and demonstrate and have their array and have their say. Huh? All these jama'ats, jamaat so-and-so, jamaat this, jamaat that, jamaat that. Laysa min al-Islam shay. That is not from Islam. Having different jama'ats ain't a dalil. Where's the dalil that jama'at is from Islam? And the head of the jama'at, ra'is or amir or president, where is this from Islam? Had jama'at wahida. The jama'at is one, salat wahida. Jama'at is al-Muslimin. That's a jama'at al-Muflisin. And all of these weaknesses and all of this what we've seen happening to the Muslims is from those bid'ah. That the bid'ah has come into it and it's taken over. Whether it's from Hamas and Jamaat al-Jihad in Palestine. Look at the Palestinians till this day. Look how the situation, has it got better? Has it got better? Look at Algeria. Algeria, when the Algerian people went to Sheikh Albani rahimahullah ta'ala, and we have to need to understand, the one who has knowledge is not like the one who doesn't have knowledge. لا يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون. So they go to Albani, they said to Albani, we want to enter the intikhabat, the election. Albani said, لا هذه لا يجوز. هذا haram, and there's no khair in it. They said, but Sheikh, you know, is this and this. So they tried to overpower the Sheikh. The Sheikh said, how many ulama you have in Algeria? None. How many talib al-ilm? Maybe about 20 or so, they said, 10 or 20. They said, in Algeria, for every Algerian, I think there's about 2 or 3 doctors. Because doctors are so rampant in Algeria. Albani said, hada ajib. For the ulama, you have nobody, but for doctors, like for people ailments like medicine and things, you have so many doctors for each Algerian. So Albani said, no, you will not succeed. Anyhow, they went back to Algeria, and they told the people in Algeria that Albani said that it's allowed to go to the intikhabat. So they went in. Then what happened? What happened now? Look at Algeria. All that dawah that was doing, people who weren't praying. All of a sudden, before the people who were upon Sunnah, the Talib al-Ilm, were upon Sunnah, called the people, Sifat Salat al-Nabi, Aqidah Wasati, and so on. Those people start going Lahya, start learning Arabic, and most of the Algerians couldn't even speak Arabic anyway, they only speak French, right? But they start learning, they start getting deen. And when these little things start to come, like the farmer who plants his seed, he wants to say, let me cut it now. Didn't wait for it to ripe. Let's go get the power. 2 million, or how many million they say voted for this? 8 million? Where does 8 million now? Where does 8 million people gone? If those people had iman in Allah, khas, that ruler finished. Oh, never mind, the ruler stay there, but you practice, that ruler die, one of you become ruler from among you because of the tarbiyah. Because the ruler is from among the people, he's not a stranger come from outside, he's from among them. But nothing happened there. And in Pakistan we end up with what? Benazir Bhutto, not once, twice from that bid'ah. In Bangladesh it's even worse in Bangladesh because what? You have the president is a woman, the prime minister is a woman, and the opposition leader is a woman. 3 women. There's not one man in Bangladesh. No, there's no men. Because why? You have no, it's like you live in a place. I remember there was one brother, he came from one country, he said, we went to a masjid and the woman was an imam. Alright? And he said, we asked the people, why? Because she was the only one who knew Quran. So okay, so Bangladesh there's no men, so they only could invite 3 women. Because there's no men in Bangladesh. That's what it means. It must mean that. Because now, if this woman now wants to lead the prayer, who's going to tell her no? Who's going to say to her no? She said, listen, I'm the ruler, and the ruler's allowed to lead the prayer. I'm good enough to lead the country, I'm good enough to lead the prayer. Because you chose me to be your leader. Huh? See what it be there? And now when there's flooding, an earthquake, and people say, well boy, flood come, let's send money. No. Money is not going to get rid of the anger of Allah, the punishment of Allah. Leaving the Surah also says, in tansurullah yansurukum. Wa yuta'bi adamakum. Help Allah. And the Mufassirin explain this, help Allah. How you help Allah? By doing good. And what is the good? What is the good? All the khair is from as-salaf. Wa kullu shar min al-khalaf. All the good is from the salaf, following the salaf. And all the shar is following the khalaf, the people who comes after the salaf. So it is, if you want to protect yourself from bid'ah, then become Salafi. And there's no other way for a Muslim except that he's Salafi. هذا السلفي هذا ليس بدعة. Hanbali, Maliki, Shafi, Ashari, Jahmi, Qadri, هذا بدعة. This is from the bid'ah. But the Salafi is one who attaches himself to what? The Salaf which we are commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the one who is Salafi, he's in other words, I'm following the way of the Salaf, the companions of the Messenger of Allah. What they were upon, as Imam Ahmad said, what they're upon, we will hold on to their way, and that is our way as will be commanded by Allah and the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is the way that is sure, that is the way that's going to lead us to success, that is going to get us to where we want to get to, which is what? Allah's mercy, therefore Allah's Jannah. Subhanaka wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Inshallah we're going to finish there and then we're going to have questions and whoa.
Repeated and also I'll read these
So
okay. It says I'll just read the questions that are. First question is, you said that group just want Khilafah and that you implied it is not important. But look at today, without the Khilafah the world is in turmoil, rape, crime, distortion. Why do you make secondary the need of the Islamic State when clearly the only solution is Khilafah? And there's a few questions like that, I'll just read this one as well. People are talking something, the most important thing in the Muslim Ummah now is the Khilafah. You addressed this problem already, but to make it doubly clear for the benefit of the people, could you please readdress it? I'm asking this because doesn't matter, but yes, that's all.
All right, let's hold on now. I want to ask a question. The person who is calling for this Khilafah, right, he's calling for Islam. I can more or less guarantee you, he has no beard, he's musbil. Allah cursed the one who imitates the woman. Naam? And he cursed the woman who imitates the man. Shaving, and you go to any book of the so-called, they like to use this word, classical scholars, right? You go to the madhab of any of the madhab, Maliki, Shafi, Hanbali, or Hanafi, none of them allow the man to shave the beard. In fact, Imam Malik used to consider shaving the mustache to be what? Abomination and a defacement of Allah's creation. Shaving it. Never mind trimming. Okay, the sunnah was trim it. But to shave the mustache, never mind the beard. Which of the classical scholars allow The one. In an Islamic state, that is away from Nabuwa, right? The one who shaves, you can't take his witness in the court. Which of the madhab allow taking the witness of the one who shaves? The one who shaves, first he could be mukhannaf, and mukhannaf you can't take his evidence. Okay? The one who shaves is an open fasiq, so you can't, they can't take evidence from the open fasiq. And this is with all the madhab. So Islamic state that you're calling for, you want to impose upon the people something you don't practice yourself. You want to make the people do something that you don't do. And that's not the way the Messenger of Allah. The messengers, what he said to the people, I'm not calling you to do something that I myself won't do. Because da'wah comes first with what? Not with speech. Speech is easy. With action. With action. So the one who's calling for Khilafah said it's the most important thing. You find he has no beard. And if he does, he has like George Michael beard. No, I'm saying, I don't know who wrote this, but I'm telling you because I've been around long enough now. Okay? His trousers are below his ankle. Tight trousers below his ankle. If it's a brother. Okay? The Prophet said, Allah doesn't look at the man who takes his trousers below his garments. Which of the mazahib allow you to pray with your trousers, what they call pantaloon? Who? With just trousers alone. I don't mean trousers and it's something, long shirt or a thobe over it. But which of the mazahib says it's allowed? You can't even lead the prayer with trousers. Okay? Why not? Don't praise batil. We're not saying praise batil, but the prayer is deficient and you are ahmaq. A person who behaves like this is a person who's ahmaq. Ahmaq is majnoon, he's mad. And you can't have a mad person leading you in prayer. So you go to the book of the Mudahib, you find all of these things mentioned there. And none of them allow it. And don't tell me, oh, and another category they say, brother, there's ikhtilaf about it. Of course there's ikhtilaf. Ikhtilaf between those who know and those who don't know. And those who don't know, we don't take the ikhtilaf anyway. Okay, the next issue where he says here, I didn't say Khilafah is not important. I never said it's not important. See, again, they suffer from deafness. Right? They hear what they want to hear. I didn't say Khilafah is not important. I say Khilafah is important. But what did I say? It is not the most important issue, and it can never become the most important issue. Because why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't make it the most important issue. What Allah made the most important issue is establishing Tawheed. And you can be a muwahid even though all around you is kafirs. You can still die muwahid. You can still die a person upon Tawheed and enter into Allah's Jannah. But you could be a kafir even though you have a Khalifa over you. So the important issue, as demonstrated by the book and the Sunnah, is the issue of at-Tawheed. At-Tawheed comes before Khilafah. Bring me any dalil from Quran or from Sunnah where Khilafah always comes first. In any time and in any age, it can never be. It can never be. Because the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes precedence over the rights of His creations. But look at today, without the Khilafah, the world is in turmoil. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. هذا shirk. هذا shirk. To say because of the lack of the Khilafah, the world's in turmoil, هذا shirk. هذا shirk. Because Allah says, whatever khair has come to you from who? Allah. And whatever shar has come to you, has come from who? Nafsik. But now you're saying, because we don't have Khalifa. If we have Khalifa, brother, we just said, in Baghdad we had Khalifa. What happened? What if a shirk came to the Muslims? Why? Because the Muslims were steeped in bid'ah and shirk. And the Khalifa was destroyed. And again, we ask these brothers and sisters, when was the Khalifa destroyed? There you go. You see? Ola and Barakallahu. You said 1924. What was the Uthmanis? What was the Uthmanis? Kings or Khalifa? Kings, brother. Kings, which you say is haram. All the HT say, and the Mujrimun, they say what? Kingship is haram. The Uthmanis were king. From the time of Yazid ibn Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyaan was all kings. Afwan, akhi, and aqul all the rulers after the Khulafa Rashidin, all of them were kings. Some of them was good, like Harun al-Rashid, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, and some of them was evil and wicked. Yes? In 1924, the word or the ruler system was, but Khilafah was destroyed before that. Even the Ottomanis, how many bid'ah and shirk they were spreading. They're crying for these people. What were they doing? Dancing girls, wine, shirk was all over the place. While the Khalifa was in there, Britain took India. Huh? Britain took India while the Khalifa was still there. Britain took most of Africa and Europe took most of Africa. The Khalifa was still there. Huh? The British came and the French and the Germans and the Dutch came into Arabia. Took lots of Lebanon and Palestine. All of this was done while the Khalifa was still there. So where's your magic wand now? Huh? There was a Khalifa. Why didn't you prevent the kuffar from coming and taking a great chunk of the Muslim land? While the Khalifa was still there walking, breathing and talking. Why? Without the Khalifa, the world is in turmoil. Oh, Allah, hawla wa la quwwata. Why do you make secondary needs of the Islamic State even when clearly the only solution is Khalifa? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. How could you? The only solution is Khalifa? Huh? The only solution is Khalifa. How could it be? Huh? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the ayah, there's an ayah in the Quran when Allah says, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ. Allah says, Allah has promised to those who believe from among you. Who is among you? The Muslims. Who is from among the Muslims? The mu'min. Why? Because every mu'min is a Muslim. Not every Muslim is a mu'min. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Allah says in the Quran, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Not Muslimun. Why Allah doesn't say Muslimun? Why? Because this ayah is specific to a group from among the Muslims. Who are they? The mu'min. Every mu'min is a Muslim. Not every Muslim is a mu'min. Huh? Naam. So Allah said, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. And now Allah gives the sifat of the mu'minun. What is the sifat of the mu'minun? That they're fighting for khilafah? They have khilafah? La. الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Khushu. So now if you have khushu, is the first ingredient of the mu'min being successful, of a person being successful, be called a mu'min, is salah. But before salah is what? Wudu. So let's talk about wudu, brother. Let us talk about wudu now. Because Allah has mentioned, what? قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Khashi'un. Let's not talk about wudu. Let's talk about how to dress before you go to prayer. Before you go to wudu. Let's talk about istinja. Those are an important issue. Well, you can't have salah without wudu. And you can't have wudu without istinja. And you can't have istinja without knowledge of istinja. So what is more important now? We want to establish khilafah, but we can't make wudu. This is problem, brother. This is problem, brother. This is problem, brother. Hadad Najis is going to fight for khilafah. Hadad Najis is going to establish khilafah. Brother, we think we know better than Allah. The khilafah, brothers, you ever bake cake? Who ever bake cake? Who baked cake here? All right. The sisters bake cake, right? You need cake, you need ingredients to make a cake, right? You need eggs, you need flour, you need water, you need some butter and so on, right? Yes? Now, when you bake the cake, you put the cake, you do all of that, you put the cake in. The cake comes out, it looks nice. You put some icing on top of the cake. And what's the last thing you do? What's the last thing you do? No. The cake I'm talking about. To make the cake now look, what do? You get a cherry. And you put the cherry on top of the cake. And now the cakes look beautiful and complete. Hada khilafah. You put the main ingredients, and the cherry is not the main ingredients. But once you have all those ingredients, now you put the cherry on top of the cake. It's now complete. The khilafah is when we all together, heart one, not itnin or talata or arba'a khamsa or sitta. We have one heart, yani we all worship the same Allah, not Allah who's above the sky and Allah who's everywhere. But we all worship the same Allah, we follow the same messenger of Allah, we say we follow the same messenger, we all agree upon the Quran and the Sunnah. Now Allah will give us the power because now we have real strength, not just numbers, and now we can do what we have to do. But in the meantime, we have to keep working. We're not against Khilafah. We want the Khilafah, but we put things in the right place. First things first, and last things last.
Two questions there, similar, sorry about.
And was I right? The one who's calling for Khilafah doesn't have beard. The one who's calling for Khilafah, wearing trousers below his ankle. So how can you give to people that what you don't have? How can you give that which you don't have? You want to tell me about Sunnah, Deen? Practice Deen first before you can talk to me about Deen.
Hang on, one second. Let me just go through the question, inshallah, then we'll get back to this. It's one of the main issues. But inshallah, let's do the other questions first. What is the evidence from the Quran and Sunnah which proves that music is haram? And the other question is, I like music. I always listen to music. Not music. The question is. And I know that it's haram, but I don't know how to stop it. What is the solution Islamically?
Okay. Like every disease, Allah has sent a cure. First of all, the evidence from the Quran that music is haram, Surah Al-Luqman, ayah number 9, and Ibn Abbas's tafsir of the ayah, you find it Ibn Kathir and in other places, where Ibn Abbas said, Wallahi, 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 that's music. Al-Hadith al-Shaytan. If somebody could find the ayah, Surah Al-Luqman, ayah number 9, inshallah, if you give us I like music, okay. If you like music, I like music too. I used to love music. You know, born in the West Indies, we love music, love rum, and love woman. Right? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you have to try to... We left the rum, and we left the music, okay. Okay. So what you do, inshallah ta'ala, remove the Quran, replace the music with the Quran. Listen to the Quran more and more, try to recite Quran more and more, and if you have any tapes or anything in your house, break it and throw it out. Just break it, just break it and throw it out. You know what I mean? And inshallah, you know, because the one who's, like for example, the ulama say, the one, for example, a man who used to drink, right? Or one used to listen to music, because all of these are the same drugs, like a drug. And if you abandon it, every time you're tempted by it, you're getting more reward. You are better than a person who never was attached to these things. So they never get this temptation. Because you get reward for leaving it, you get rewarded every time you hear it and you fight against it. This is the jihad. Jihad al-nafs, hada jihad al-akbar. Fighting against your nafs is the greatest jihad. And I'm not going by that hadith actually. Can a woman wear trousers, yani jeans? She wears jeans. Yeah, I mean if she's a married woman and she wear them, cut down jeans and her husband wants to wear those cut down jeans for him, no problem. This is dunya. But if she's going to wear jeans to go outside, no. Particularly if she's going to wear that jeans, then take off her jilbab and stand in front of sisters, your awra is showing. Your awra is showing. So the best thing is, no, you can't wear the jeans. And jeans is for men anyway. So it's a man's dress. And Allah's cursed the women who imitate the men and the men who commit the women. Even though they call it unisex nowadays, Islam doesn't know anything like unisex. Is it halal to eat KFC's chicken? No.
It's the same question. They're actually asking about
can we eat KFC chicken?
No.
Can we eat KFC chicken? Well, if you mean eating it because it's Ahlul Kitab, brother, have some sabr, man. Inshallah, we're going to come to you. So you're not going to listen to Khilafah like that, Have sabr, brother. Sabr. No, but he's biting at the bit to... Is that happening now? So what are you doing sitting there?
If you listen to time, 1 second. After listen to it, let me go through it. Listen. Can you just comment 1 second? After the talk, listen, in this video, after the talk, inshallah, if any brothers want to comment 1-to-1, inshallah, he'll be here. Listen to me. Let's go through these questions.
Okay. First and foremost, right, you're talking about Khilafah, and you're talking about Islamic State. From Islam, there's an etiquette. There's an etiquette of the way of behavior, a way of self-conduct, right? How, as I said to you before, how is it that you can give to the people that which you don't have? You're calling to people to Islam. What is Islam? You have to explain to people Islam. Yeah? Islam is aqidah and akhlaq and so all these things come into it. Yeah? And you're going to be, well, I want to be an example to people to follow. And you can't even have patience. And how are you going to be a fighter? You know? I don't know if you fight, brother. It's easy to sit down and say, what are my people are thing. Akhi, I believe that if it was to come, you'd be the first one to be running. You'd be the first one to be running. Wetting yourself and messing yourself of fight. So don't tell me about fighting, akhi, because you're not looking at somebody who doesn't know how to fight. You're not looking at somebody who's just sitting in his office all day long or just twiddling his thumb. I'm out there trying to do something. You in university trying to get a degree to get a better job for yourself. You understand? So no, put yourself proper in your proper place, akhi, because right now, if you have something so important to see the people, you better make sure you know what you're going to say. Because otherwise, you're going to make yourself look a fool. But then the worst thing that's going to happen is, you may make yourself look a fool, but you're just a fool anyway. You don't even realize you're making yourself a fool. I'm not saying that you're a fool, but I'm saying, this is what happens with an ignorant person. A person is so ignorant sometimes, he makes himself look ignorant, but the worst thing is, not that he makes himself look ignorant, but he doesn't even realize that he's making himself look ignorant. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, if you got something to say, akhi, sit back there. Be cool like I'm cool, akhi. Be cool like I'm cool. No, be cool, akhi. No, brothers, hold on. Be cool. I know you're important. You know, but the mu'min is one who considers himself to be small. Not the one who thinks, I'm the important. You know? In Bukhari, there's a hadith of the Prophet, he asks the companions that there's a tree among the trees, which is like the Muslim. And the companions were guessing what this tree was. And Ibn Umar, who was a young man at the time, knew the answer. So he said, I felt shy. Why? Because here's a big companions. Even my father was there. How could I open my mouth in front of all these big people here? So he kept quiet. When Umar, his father, found out, he said to his father, oh dad, I knew the answer. So Umar said to him, oh my son, if you had given the answer, it would have been more valuable to me than the world and all it contains. You understand? If you sit with the people of knowledge, sometimes you see this talib al-ilm. He doesn't ask the shaykh any question. He waits till people come and they ask, like the Sahaba used to do with the Messenger of Allah. He used to ask them questions, or they used to wait till the Bedouin who's uncouth, Ya Muhammad, Mata Asa. Then they would get the knowledge. But them, they would sit there and they would keep quiet until somebody brought a way for them to ask questions. Nowadays, the people, I see sisters from Hizb ut-Tahrir, sisters in speaker's corner, holy for men, so many men around. And she'll come in the middle of those men and start opening up her mouth. I'm doing dawah, brother. I said, you're doing dawah, sister? Yeah, Aisha Radhan did dawah. I said, yes, Aisha Radhan did dawah. How? Did she come out in the street like that? Stand up in front of men and start raising her voice and making a spectacle of herself to be the center of attention? No. So we need to go. Islam is also with the akhlaq, akhi. And if you ain't got the akhlaq, who the hell gonna listen to you?
Next question says, I've heard some Muslims say that Eve was made from Adam's rib, and some say that she was made from his thigh, and some books I have read say that Eve was not created from any part of Adam at all. Please could you tell me the correct Islamic belief about this, and please say which hadith or ayah.
There's a hadith which the Messenger mentioned when he talked about the women. He said that the woman is crooked, and if you try to straighten her, because she was created from the rib of Adam, and if you try to straighten her, you will break her, and if you leave her, then something will happen, and breaking her is divorcing her. This hadith, I know this hadith is authentic, but I can't remember exactly where it is. But it's clear that Allah created Adam and Hawa, the wife of Adam, from the rib, from one of the rib of Adam alayhi salam. That is without doubt. In any of the books of the Mufassirin, maybe if you can read Arabic, if you go to Bidayah wa Nihaya of Ibn Kathir, I know it's mentioned in there. Also, I think you will find it also maybe in Bukhari. Hadith. But any book, good books talk about nikah, you will find this hadith mentioned in there. Inshallah. And there's no doubt that she was created from the rib of Adam alayhi salam.
Okay, so next question. I go to an aerobic class where there are only women present, including non-Muslim women. Some of them wear clothes that reveal their stomachs, back, thighs, and parts of their chest. Is it
aerobics?
Yeah. Is it true that we Muslim women are not allowed to see these parts of other women, whether they are Muslim or non-Muslim?
First of all, you're not allowed to look on the parts of other women, and they're not allowed to look on you. Because when you go aerobics, most people go without hair. And aerobics is music anyway. Aerobics is with music anyway. So the issue is, here you're going with music, that is haram. So you go to a disco, you call it aerobics, but it's this disco. You're dancing. No, that's what aerobics is. Aerobics is dancing to music. And you call it exercise, but it's dancing. And that is haram. So before you even talk about the way you dress, subhanAllah, if you want to keep fit, get fit in your house. You know? Do some stretching and some weight. This is some baked beans. I think you don't need to go to pounce about the place. Again, you go into these sports centers, you're taking your clothes off. Huh? Can you guarantee a strange man is not looking at you in your nakedness? I have some shame, sister. If you have shame, which is from Iman, you would not want to take your clothes outside your house. In anybody's, whether it's in a sports center or anything else. Because your house, you know your house. You know that what is on the ceiling, you know that there. In these places you don't know, there could be some pervert there, put some camera in there before you even came there. You know, next thing you find yourself on some blue movie somewhere. You know? No, it's not funny. It's not funny, it happens. And I wouldn't allow my wife to go to one of those places anyway in the first place for all these reasons. But of course, as we say, aerobics is disco dancing.
I know that the aura of a man is from the navel to the knee, and for a woman it is everything apart from her hand and face. But please could you tell me, what is the aura of a woman in front of another woman, and is it different? It is from the navel to the knee, and for a woman it is everything apart from her hand and face. But please could you tell me, what is the aura of a woman in front of another woman, and is it different if the other woman is a Muslim or a non-Muslim?
It differs from with the Muslims. The Muslim woman, the Kafir woman is not allowed to see the Muslim woman. She should cover the way she covered in front of an ajnabi, a strange man. The night starts from Fajr and it ends at the time of Fajr. So you have to calculate the time between Maghrib and the beginning of Fajr, and the middle, half of that is the middle of the night. So it could be 1:30, it could be maybe 2 o'clock sometime in this country. The middle of the night is not 12 o'clock. Some of the scholars say the time of Isha is up until the time of Fajr. Some of the scholars say that. Some say no, it is till the middle of the night. And Allah knows best.
Is there a certain length that the beard should be?
The beard, what is known, it is not allowed to take anything from the beard at all. And the only ikhtilaf comes about, as this question, what length? There is some dalil from some of the ulama, among them Shaykh Nasruddin al-Albani rahimahullah, that when the beard reach beyond a fist, then you can remove what goes beyond the fist. Not remove this much, you remove that which goes beyond the fist. I know one brother did that. He wanted to do khair, he did that and he cut from here. You know, may Allah forgive him. But you get a fist like that, and what is beyond the beard, because there's a narration that is from Ibn Umar and Abu Huraira, that what they used to do, they used to remove whatever goes beyond the fist, remove that, but they used to do it at the time of Hajj or Umrah, and Allah knows best. But what? Again, subhanallah.
I mean, they all most of the same thing, but for those who...
Is it necessary?
Yeah, any other questions, like...
Yeah, that question about the...
Oh, yes.
Brother was confused about who's your wife from the shop. Okay, so I want to be known to Kitab al-Halal.
Oh.
And, if you're married, you're allowed to marry people.
That which is killed. That which is killed. First and foremost, you have to establish that this was killed. It didn't die.
But if you are
No,
married to Christian,
because the Christians... No, Afwan. The Christians... No, you can eat the food, but we're talking about meat. The food is from the meat, but not every food is meat. You can eat his rice, you can eat his dal, but we're talking about the meat, the lahm, okay? Not khanzir, because that is maruf. What is the ayah is, that which is slaughtered, dabh. That which dies, in bayt, hada haram. So now we have to establish, did this kafir from Ahlul Kitab, did he cut the throat and it died and it was slaughtered, or did he bash it on the head and it died? If he bashed it on the head, then it was killed. It's not slaughtered. So this is haram. So what we have to establish first of all, are they Ahlul Kitab? Secondly, was it slaughtered or was it killed? That's what we need to establish. Was it slaughtered or was it killed? Because if it was killed, it's haram. Whether it's from Ahlul Kitab or from Muslim. If it was slaughtered, inshallah. Okay, so you have to go and find out now, because a lot of the meat in this country It's actually killed, not slaughtered. It's not slaughtered. It's not a rule that they say by the name of Jesus and so on. But was it slaughtered or was it killed? If it was, for example, I know in my country, the Trinidad and St. Vincent, in West Indies, we used to do in those days. I don't know if they still do it now, but we used to cut the throat. That's something I grew up with before Islam. We used to cut the throat, let the blood run out. If that was done, no matter mushkila. But then again, if you go to Ahlul Kitab house and he cooks pork, maybe he's cooked pork in his pot. Because they're going to say, well, this pot is for pork and this pork is... No, everything gets mixed up together. So how are you going to trust yourself and do it? You know? But then I go back to what Umar said. When they said we're allowed to marry the woman of Ahlul Kitab, he says, yes, but we don't marry them. There's enough Muslim women. There's enough halal places around to eat. You know? Why are you going to go to McDonald's in Kentucky? That's not food, that's junk food anyway. You know what I mean? You know, even the kuffar running from this food and you want to run to it. The kuffar warning against the danger of eating this junk, what they call junk food. So why are you Muslim, you're going to run to Kentucky? What's so special about Kentucky? I know I'm in Morocco, brothers come from London, go to Morocco and eat Kentucky or McDonald's. I said, I don't eat McDonald's in England, so what the heck am I going to eat in Morocco for? And then Morocco have nice food anyway. The food in Morocco is too good to eat that rubbish kind of food.
Car insurance allowed?
Car insurance?
Yeah, somebody told me that no car insurance.
Car insurance is haram. ولكن لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. If you have to have a car, not everybody has to have a car, but if you have to have a car, then what do? You take the minimum insurance. You don't go and get a fully comp. You get third party. Not even fire and theft, third party. That's enough to get you to have the car. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. So it's haram. It is haram, but sometimes you may have to enter into a haram. It's still haram, but nowadays daruri. Nowadays there is an exception. There's a need. So that need will take precedence over that situation there. Pardon? Because what are you buying? What are you buying? When you buy insurance, you're supposed to be buying insurance. What are you buying? What are you buying? Allah is the protection for your car. Allah is the protection for your car. Huh? Okay, that is why I said if you have to have a car, if you don't have third party, you're going to get put into jail. Isn't it? Okay, so save yourself from going to jail, get third party. You crash your car, the other person get paid and you get nothing. That would save you from going to jail. Because they put you to jail because you can't pay for the person's damage that you've caused. But a Muslim now, where you take this chance, it's all about chance, isn't it? But the Muslim doesn't take chance. He doesn't play these games of chance. Because if you don't have an accident, what happens to you then? You get your money back? No, you don't get your money back. You don't get your money back. So you're buying something which is not there. Protection from Allah, we know what to do to take protection from Allah. Read Ayatul Kursi and those kind of things. That's what makes protection from Allah. And from, accidents and so on and so forth. Huh? It's not from the Sunnah to say Salaam Alaikum before you begin a question. No. Yes. Na'am. Sorry, yes. هذا حديث موضوع ليس من رسول الله. The hadith is fabricated. All the muhaddithun has established is fabricated, not authentic. Mm-hmm. No, we have to know it's authentic, otherwise it's not dalil for us.
Yeah, I heard this and I want to make sure whether it's not because you're the one who's been on here. The first woman is being persecuted.
Aywa. I know. هذا حديث ضعيف also. هذا موضوع. The heaven and earth was not created for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay. Brothers, please. The sisters are open. No, brother. Hold on. Akhi, hold on. When we're speaking about Allah and His deen, we can't wait when the brother is attributing something to Allah and His messenger which is not attributed to them. We have, no, hold on, brother. We are talking about Islam, what you want to establish. What kind of hell Islam you want to establish when someone can say whatever they like about the Messenger of Allah, as long as they agree with your point of view? No, akhi, that's not our religion. That's not a religion. Bring haq or uskut. No, no. Bring haq, bring ayah from Quran, bring hadith or uskut. Now, because you want to bring some dalil to me. The dalil is the Quran and the Sunnah with the from the Salaf. Don't bring me hadith da'if or mawdu. If you don't know hadith da'if or mawdu, then uskut. Keep quiet. I told you, you might open your mouth and make yourself look foolish. And you're doing a good job of it.
You can say I'm a fool.
I didn't say you was a fool. I said you're making yourself look foolish. Because how many hadith have you narrated which is da'if or mawdu? How many? And how long you been talking? If you want knowledge, you ask questions. You're making statements.
I've heard these things. I want you to show it's true or not. And you're the one who's the knowledge here, brother. Please, I want your knowledge to come into my head. You mean what?
No, you don't. Go ahead anyway. What's the point? What's the point of this, what you said? Oh, okay.
Then the prophet, you know when someone dies, I heard someone Muslim died, recently, what did they say?
Aywa. Mm. 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 No, brothers, hold on. It's good, but it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Let the brother talk, man. Let the brother talk. Please. Yes. Mm.
Then the Sahaba were guaranteed Jannah while they're still alive. They haven't buried the Prophet because that's the issue out. This was confusing me, brother. I'm thinking, hang on. This brother can respect myself. There's another guy who's starving, hungry, and I'm not going to go and tell him to do namaz, but he works 12 hours a day, but he's got 6 children to feed. His leader has got 2 helicopters. He doesn't educate himself because there's nowhere for him to get educated. Why doesn't he educate? Even if he does get educated, he has to give so much money to get a job. Then I think, oh, but charity begins at home. This is my house. I have to so no. Bosnia is my brothers and sisters as well. Ethiopia is my brothers and sisters as well. How am I going to sort this out? Am I going to go to all these places? Am I going to go to all these places and tell them, look, brother, you've got to do this, you've got to do that? What am I going to do? Please, advice.
You finished now? So, what was the question? Huh? No, what's the question? Are you, because you narrated 2 incidents, and, hold on, no, you narrated 2 incidents. First of all, the first incident you narrated, do you know that this is authentic? No, hold on. You said the Prophet did something. You're talking about an incident now as a proof. Hold on, brother. I listen to you patiently now. You listen to me patiently now, okay? I'm asking you, the first incident you narrated, do you know if that is authentic or not? No, brother, hold on. I'm asking you a simple question. Do you know?
I don't.
Well, then what is it you should do? Hold on, brother. First of all, if this is a hadith, there's many books written on authentication of hadith, right? Go and check it. The second incident, likewise. Why? Because now you've actually based a belief and action upon these two narrations that you just brought to us here. You are saying, how could this, how could this, how could this? To negate what I'm saying to you. You're not really asking me a question. You are using these two incidents that you don't know if they're authentic or not to oppose what I will be saying that we have to learn. And actually what you've actually done is prove my point. We have to learn. We have to know what the hell we are talking about before we start talking, and we have to know what the hell we are doing before we start doing. Because knowledge, no brother, don't college. Knowledge comes before speaking and action. If you attain something, you have something in your head, what are you going to do with it? You're going to act upon it. Okay? You're going to act upon it. Now, what happened with the Prophet ﷺ in Makkah in the early days, the first woman, Sumayya. And when Sumayya was being tortured and our mu'min among her was being tortured, the messenger went by and he said to them what? Sabr, sabr, isbiru, isbiru, isbiru. Why? Sumayya, it doesn't matter. If they kill you, you're going to Jannah. Like the child, the boy, a sort of Buruj. A Buruj, look at the story, read the story of a Buruj. But the point was, that which the king didn't want to happen, happened. But all the people who took Shahada, the king killed. He killed. So much that even when the woman was going to... That suffering is ibadah to Allah. Because Allah said to you, do you think it's enough that you say that you believe and you won't be tested? Look how you want to talk about Allah. Look how cheap you treat Sunnah. And look how cheap you treat the knowledge of Allah's religion. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You bring in narration, you don't even know if it's authentic or not. You claim things upon Allah which is haram and which is shirk, and you don't know it's shirk. So what kind of hell Islamic state you want to establish? You yourself is ignorant. You are ignorant. You find the time to come to university or wherever you are doing and studying. Yes, you're working, but what's the working for? What's the money for? What's the food for? What's the food for? Except to fulfill the rights of Allah and the rights of your fellow men. We're not like you, because we're not ignorant of the religion. We put first things first. So we're not going to be frustrated like you, sitting there, let me talk, let me talk, let me talk, let me talk. I would like to be walking on the street and have you on my side and a bunch of Kafirs come to attack me. I couldn't rely upon you. Because you're not a fighter. You don't know how to fight. I'm not talking about holding up your fist. No. I'm not talking about shooting. But you're the type of person who will get me to Jahannam. Following you and people like you will get me to Jahannam because you speak and you act without knowledge. And you will cause nothing but harm to yourself and harm to other people. You are ignorant. I'm sure you don't even know how to make wudu. Wallahi, I know if we sat here and we talk about wudu, you won't know how to make wudu. You won't even know what breaks wudu. If I was to ask you now, what breaks wudu? What breaks wudu? Aywa. Aywa. Aywa.
Semen, looking at touching having sexual intercourse. That's as far as my knowledge goes. And I'm not knowledgeable as you for one yet. Secondly...
Hold on. Is that as far as it goes? Okay, so it's possible that you could pray and you don't have wudu. No, it's possible that you could pray and you don't have wudu. Isn't it? You could actually come to the masjid, you've broken your wudu, but you don't even know you've broken your wudu and you've prayed.
Brother, you know why I...
No, hold on. Allah said, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. How are you going to have khushu in your salah when you don't even know if you got wudu or not? And you don't really care, really, do you? Because if you care about your wudu, you would know, yes, these are the things that breaks wudu, and I know this breaks wudu. You wouldn't be guessing, because worshiping Allah is not about guessing. So what kind of Islamic state are you going to establish, brother? Last one, and then we'll finish, because you just wasted our time. You said you wanted to learn, but you're trying to teach us. Yes, you are. You are trying to teach us.
One question, please. If my sister and my 10-year-old brother are getting beaten up and raped, and it's time for prayer, which one would you want me to do?
You really want me to answer that question, brother?
But still, I don't even know about namaz. I don't even know how to read namaz. Are you going to start teaching me namaz?
You don't know about namaz? You don't know about namaz? You give me a metaphor. You don't know about namaz? How old are you? No. The metaphor, I'm metaphorically speaking. We're talking metaphorically. You see your sister and brother get beat up and so and rape and everything else. Okay? And you said it. You don't know about namaz. How old are you? 26. At that time, in that metaphor, you're 26 years old. Then you're a kafir. Then you're a kafir. No. Then you're a kafir. No, finish. Then you're a kafir. You are 26 years old. You are 26 years old. You don't know how to make prayer, and you don't pray. Then you're a kafir. Then you're a kafir. Khalas, so what am I talking to kafir for? You can't help your brothers and sisters, because if they're going to die, they need to die as Muslims. You don't make them die as a kafir. Because you're going to tell them what? Not like Yusuf alayhi salam, Qul la ilaha illallah. They're going to kill you now. They're going to kill you. You're going to die. When the Prophet came to Sumayya, Sumayya's going to die. What is it to Sumayya? What is it to Sumayya? Isbiru. Why? Because if you have patience, you will go to Jannah. You die mu'minah, you go to Jannah. And that's the end of it, isn't it? It's not the end of it. It's not the be-all and end-all. Because the only reason why we are upon this earth is that we can do enough to get Allah's mercy to get to Jannah. Yes? So if there's no khilafah, there's no mu'min. There's no khilafah. There's no mu'min in this earth today. There's not one mu'min on the earth today. Is that what you're saying to me? Is that what you're saying to me? Because we have no khilafah. Because we have no khilafah, all this shirk and everything is going on. No. This has come about because there was the khilafah, and then what the people do? When against the sunnah, Allah what? Simple thing, you want the brothers to come together? If the brother, tell me an action in the prayer. An action in the prayer, if you do it, is going to separate the hearts. Tell me. I'm asking you now. An action, you want to bring the hearts together. Okay, in the prayer. No, not you. I'm asking to him.
You're in prayer. Yeah, we're in prayer.
I said, tell me an action in the prayer or from the prayer. If you do it, or if you don't do it, it's going to cause the heart to separate or her hearts to come together.
Am I praying singly?
In Jama'ah, we're talking about Jama'ah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't, what are you praying singly for? You're supposed to be in Jama'ah. Men are in Jama'ah and the women are at home. Go on.
So, I'm in this Jama'ah praying. You want me to tell you that I'm going to give an action that will unite and separate the hearts?
Yes. According to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there's an action if you do it, then Allah will cause your hearts to separate and cause ikhtilaf to come among you. Wa ikhtilaf al-shar. Ikhtilaf al-shar. So now we want to bring the hearts together. Akhi, you see, Akhi, I told you, you're ignorant, you don't know how ignorant you are. The Prophet said, if you don't join the rows, if you don't stand shoulders to shoulders, ankle bone to ankle bone, then what? Allah will separate your hearts. Another action from the Ramadan. If we do this action, we'll be successful. Kama qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What action is that? You want the Muslim to be successful. There's an action that the Prophet said, if you do this, my nation will continue to be successful. In Ramadan, what is this action? Huh? Okay, we want khair for the Muslim Ummah.
Sometimes a gay on the street. Why can I not beat the hell out of him?
No, hold on. Okay, leave him. Okay. Okay, takillah, la bas, akhi. La bas is an old saying. It is better to keep quiet and the people think you're a fool than open your mouth and they know that you're a fool. You understand? Leave him, akhi, leave him, akhi. Hold on, we're going to finish now, okay? Akhi, min fadlik, akhi. Jazakumullah khaira. I say to you, brother, all you have to do is relax. We upon haqq, we relax. Because we know what we're talking is haqq. We're not just spitting in the wind. If the brother wants to make a fool of himself, then do that. The sister will be talking about it tomorrow. All day they'll be talking about it maybe next year. Did you see that, brother? Can you hear what you were saying, man? You know what I mean? So let him talk, brother. Hold on. The Prophet said, the Messenger of Allah said, if my ummah hasten for the iftar. The iftar in Ramadan, what is it? When is the time for iftar in Ramadan? The Prophet said this. Listen to what the Prophet said. My ummah will continue to be upon khair as long as they hasten for the iftar. And they're slow for the suhoor. Here the Prophet tells us, khair will be upon good, the ummah will be upon good, and he says, khullu khair. Right? As long as what? The brothers say, insignificant action. Walakin, the Rasul not like him, don't speak from his own hawa. He speaks from revelation. So Allah is saying to the Messenger, say to the ummah, you will continue to be upon khair, as long as you fast, you hasten for iftar, and you're slow for the suhoor. So we ask the brothers again, when is the time of suhoor, futur, in Ramadan? When is the time of iftar? When? Here the Prophet told us, we want khair, so the Prophet told us we're going to get khair. So when is the time for iftar? When? In Ramadan. When is the time of iftar? Yes. But you want khair. You want, hold on. You want khair for the Muslim ummah. Hold on. You don't know because you think that the knowledge will come from Allah is insignificant. Because the Prophet said to you, the ummah, his ummah will continue to be upon khair as long as they do so and so and so. You bring me a hadith, the Prophet said, you will continue to be upon khair as long as you have khalifa. You will continue to be successful as long as you have khalifa. Bring me a hadith or ayah from Quran or from hadith that says what you are saying. Bring me a hadith, akhi. Bring me a ayah. I'm bringing you hadith. The Prophet said, you shall be upon khair as long as you what? You hasten for the iftar. And you don't know what time is iftar. So how the hell are you making saum then? How are you making saum then? How are you fasting then? How? No. How? No. No, we're not discussing, we're asking questions. How? Listen, ya ikhwani. Listen, think about this. Here the Prophet said to you, you, my ummah, will continue to be upon khair as long as you hasten for the iftar and you're slow for the suhoor. So now we ask, if we want khair, surely we should know what time is the iftar. And we should know when is the time for suhoor. Isn't it? Because the Prophet said we'll be upon khair as long as we keep doing that. And the fact that the Muslims is not doing that, we can't be upon khair. Khalifa or no khalifa. Now, so we want khair for myself, for nafsik, then for everybody. First thing, as Allah says, وَاسْتَغْفِرِ ذَنْبِكَ وَالْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ. So first you ask forgiveness for yourself, then for others. So you want khair for yourself, then you want khair for other people. But the fools trying to give khair to people, but how can you give that which you don't have? Islam is knowledge. How can you give knowledge to people when you yourself is ignorant and jahil? How? Akhi, please, wake up and smell the coffee. How can you propose to give knowledge to somebody when you yourself is ignorant? And is that what the Prophet said? Is that what he said? The sign of the hour is when the death of the ulama, because Allah doesn't take the knowledge away by snatching it away. Well, what happened? The ulama dies. When the ulama dies, what is left? Jahil people. What will they do? What will the Jahil people do? Misguide themselves and misguide others. Jahil, juhala, what is alim? Who are ahmaq? One who's ahmaq, he speaks about Allah without knowledge. That's an ahmaq person who's crazy, he's majnoon. He doesn't recognize how great Allah is, so how great is the one you're talking about? You're going to be so flippant, sister, put your voice down a minute, please. You're going to be so flippant to talk about Allah. You're so flippant to talk about Allah's religion. You're so flippant to talk about the message of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Messenger said, whoever says something, attributes something to me, which is not from me, let him find himself in the hellfire. Whoever says something from me and he believes it not to be true, but he narrates it anyway, he's from the liars. And then we're going to just talk about, well, I think I heard this. I think, what is this? I can't want to hear nothing more from you. Please, I want to say, have mercy from you. I will have mercy upon you, even though you don't have mercy upon yourself. Because if you had mercy upon yourself, you would keep your mouth quiet. Because you know, when you open your mouth, everything you say, Allah is going to take you account for it. I'm correcting you. I'm saying you to keep quiet. I'm saying to keep quiet. That's I'm correcting you. But you don't want correction. I say keep quiet now. You make yourself look stupid enough as it is already. Save yourself. Have some self-respect and keep quiet. Okay. Have some self-respect and keep quiet. And I would say to any sister or brother in this place here, if you care about your soul, if you have any concern about your soul, see this person and his gang, stay away from him and his gang. They will bring you nothing. They will bring you nothing but you waste your time and you waste your life away. We are here to worship Allah. And worshiping Allah is a serious thing. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's something serious. And if you don't give a damn about yourself, then okay, that's fine. Because I tell you something. The sky will not shed tears over you, and I will not shed tears over you either. Get that straight. Because if you are so careless about yourself, Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqatih wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to you again, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qulu qawlan sadida yuslih lakum a'malakum wa yaghfir lakum dhunubakum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to you, and say a word to truth. And whoever obey Allah and His Messenger, then what? Allah will forgive him, Allah will do this, and Allah will make it straight. So we have so many ayat and hadith, but now we become like this. This is the problem of the Muslim Ummah. That is why these people, look at Palestine. If these people have people on the other side, why do you have kids on the front line throwing stones at the Jews? You care about the Muslims so much, you know the Jews are going to shoot him. You know that. Where are the men? The Messenger of Allah said when they went to fight jihad, and they were believers. The Messenger said, look at a boy and said, you're too young. How old was he? 13 years old, 15 years old. Sent him back. But you have a 5-year-old boy, 7-year-old boy, 8-year-old boy, sacrificing for what? World sympathy. Because you don't give a damn about the people. All you care about is having a chair to become a king or a ruler over the people. You don't have concern about the people. Because if you have concern, you say the children stay inside, the women stay inside, and the men come out and fight jihad. If you're going to fight the Yahudis. But you send the women out, you send the kids out to be killed. Then you put a power stop and say, look what the Jews are doing. No, you are a criminal for that. Because you are sacrificing the Muslims. You are sacrificing the Muslim blood. Because to you and the people like you, the blood of the Muslims is cheap. It's cheap. It's cheaper than the blood of a Yahudi. So when you kill one Yahudi or you hurt a Yahudi's toe, how many Muslims are slaughtered in that? And you say, well, that's a good price to pay because why? We want to establish the Islamic State. If you establish the Islamic State, wallahi, I don't want to live in it. Because it will never be Islamic State. And never, ever, ever, even your leader, Taqi Nabhani, what did he say? If the Islamic State is established in 20 odd years, he shut up upon Dalala. How long ago he said that? How long ago he said that? More than 50 years. So even your own sheikh is telling you, if you don't establish it, you're upon bid'ah. And we know you're upon bid'ah. You're not upon bid'ah, you're upon complete ignorance. Ignorance. Khalas.